This is News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Tonight, from the Cody South Mountain Arena in West Orange, New Jersey, it's the 2017 Gordon Cup Championship game as the second-ranked Lions of Pope John take on the number one ranked Green Wave of Delbarton. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno. Welcome to the Cody Arena for the prestigious Gordon Cup Championship game. Pope John, Delbarton, kind of a different look to this year's Gordon Cup final, and that different look comes from Pope John. The Lions making their first ever appearance in the Gordon Cup Championship, and Pope John enjoying perhaps their greatest season in their hockey history. They come in with a record of 18-1-3. Their only loss this year to St. Peter's Prep by the score of 6-3. On the other side, a typical season for Delbarton. The Green Wave, as we said, ranked number one, coming in at 22-1-2, trying to return to the winner's circle here in the Gordon Cup tournament after a one-year hiatus, losing to CBA last year in the championship by the score of 3-1. So the scene is set. Should be an outstanding Gordon Cup championship. As we said, perhaps the most prestigious Cup championship game in the tri-state. Delbarton and Pope John getting ready to drop the puck. Opening face-off just moments away. Right here on News 12, Varsity's Game Time.
The love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Pope John coming in at 18-1-3 on the year. Their only loss to St. Peter's on the 6th of February by the score of 6-3. Delbarton, typical Delbarton season, 22-1-2. Their only loss right here on News 12 Varsity on the same day, February 6th, lost to CBA 3-1. Delbarton comes in winners of 5 straight. Pope John playing in their first ever Gordon Cup championship game. And Delbarton, of course, is looking for their 7th Gordon Cup championship here tonight. We are underway. Pope John in their road blue, the second seed in this tournament. Their road blue trimmed with gold, the gold numerals and letters, and Delbarton, the home white jerseys trimmed with black and green. Good crowd on hand here at the Cody Arena. Pope John has a 2-on-2 opportunity. Nice pass. The shot taken by Eric Vanderhoff. And Troy Coburn makes the save. Coburn in goal for Delbarton, a second-team All-State performer, 93% save percentage on the year. He's given up just 26 goals in 25 games. So he's been outstanding this season between the pipes for the Green Wave. Delbarton possession. That is Jack Malone, who loses the puck momentarily, but then flips it back here to Kaplan. Jalen Kaplan goes across to Michael Gordon, and it's sent up into the Pope John zone. Here comes Delbarton. Malone circles around the goal, and he leaves it back there for Kaplan. Then a backhand shot put in front there by Ryan Stevens of Pope John, and the Green Wave skates out with it. Malone puts the brakes on at center ice and flips it up ahead to Benamarito. Mark Benamarito's tied up in front, and he loses the puck. Big hit on the near side, delivered by Benamarito. And the puck dug out on the near side by Jalen Kaplan. Behind the goal for Pope John is Steven Spetz, the sophomore, and he flips it up to the blue line. Dumped right back in by Hunter Macy of Delbarton, and giving chase behind the goal, James Silva of Pope John. Here's a shot from the blue line taken by Macy, and it caroms up over the glass and out of play. We're just underway, 13:29 remaining first period here in the Gordon Cup Championship. Pope John and Delbarton, no score, the top two teams in the News 12 Varsity Tri-State poll. Quick shot is deflected in front. taken from the blue line by Hunter Macy. Delbarton tries to dig it out on the near side. James Falavine is flying up on the near side, and Pope John comes out of there with it. Circling around is Artem Berzovera. He's got 14 goals and 30 assists this year for the Lions. He's been an outstanding offensive player. Pope John playing without their arguably best player, John Spetz, their junior. Last year, 20 goals and 13 assists. This year, 34 goals and 18 assists, one of the top scorers in the state of New Jersey, but he is a scratch, not in the lineup tonight for Pope John. In fact, he's not even here. So that certainly hurts the Lions' chances, no question about it, taking 34 goals out of the lineup. Let's see if Pope John can overcome that. Here's Delbarton putting the brakes on at the blue line is Danny Colon. Colon delivers inside, a quick shot taken by Mike Balzerati. That's sticked aside there by Matt Shore. Matt Shore, the sophomore in goal for Pope John, with 429 saves on the year. Seen a lot of action. He's saved 94% of the shots he has faced. He's been spectacular. Only a sophomore. Quick shot, score! Delbarton takes the lead. Nick Siffringer flips it by Shore. For Siffringer, the junior, his 12th goal of the year, and Delbarton strikes first. So we'll wait for the official call on that. It looked like it was Siffringer who flipped it in. Face off at center ice, and it's played here by Pope John. James Silva sends it back for the Lions. Good start for Delbarton, obviously. This comes all the way down the ice, and it's played there by Michael Gordon, the senior defenseman. Gordon gets it back, and he flips it up towards the blue line, where it's played there by Andrew Boslin of Delbarton. Here's Jack Malone, and he puts it on to the stick of Kaplan. Jalen Kaplan delivers into the corner, and giving chase there is Boslin for the Green Wave. Here's Malone trying to get possession of the puck. Malone gets around a defender, taken away though by Pope John. And it was Nick Siffringer who gets the goal. Siffringer, the junior, and the assist from Danny Colon. So Colon, his 12th assist of the year. Nick Siffringer, his 12th goal of the season. And Delbarton has a 1-0 lead early in this first period. 11:25 remaining here in the Gordon Cup Championship. Here's Malone, circles around, takes the shot, and Shore makes the save. Pope John with 3 ties on the season. Those ties coming against Gloucester Catholic, CBA, and they did tie Delbarton earlier this year. 4-4 the first meeting between these two teams. Delbarton outshot Pope John in that contest 35-19, but in that game, the Lions able to come up with 4 goals and tie the Green Wave. Bayard Hall goes back to play it for Delbarton, and the backhand pass by Pat Harrington, it's dumped into the corner. Brandon Ramarzo goes back to get it for Pope John behind the goal, and it's dug out there as well by Voljubuyev. Makita Voljubuyev, the senior with 6 goals and 9 assists on the year, circles around, and Shore able to cover up. 10:39 remaining first period. Delbarton 1 and Pope John 0. Mentioned Delbarton's only loss to CBA 3-1 back on the 6th of February. In this Gordon Cup tournament, they blasted Gloucester Catholic in the first round 10-0, and then beat a very good St. Augustine prep team 4-1 in the semifinals. Green Wave coached, of course, by Bruce Chattel, one of the most successful high school hockey coaches in the nation in his 16th season. And Pope John, coached by Ryan Brown, and what a job he's done putting this program on the map. Pope John has kind of risen from nowhere to become one of the state's top teams. Driving in is Berzovera. He takes it into the corner. Artem Berzovera, 14 goals on the year, has it knocked away from him and taken away by Delbarton. James Silva gives chase in the corner for the Lions, and coming back the other way is Berzovera. He flips it all the way down the ice, and this will be an icing call against the Lions. 5 minutes gone by, first period. Delbarton 1 and Pope John nothing. Faceoff will come all the way down to the right of Troy Coburn. Faceoff controlled by the Green Wave. Benamarito slaps it up ahead to Malone. Malone flies across the blue line. Jack Malone skates in, he fires, and the save made by Shore. So Malone, skating quickly up the ice, was able to get a shot off from point-blank range, but Shore made a tough save as he covered up. 9:47 remaining in the first period. From the blue line, slap shot is deflected in front. Shot was taken by Nick Hahn from the blue line. It comes out to center ice where it's played there by Wyatt Janicelli of Pope John. He sends it behind the goal, and Andrew Nessel goes back to get it there for the Green Wave. Nessel bangs it off the near side boards, feeds it to Malone. Malone trying to get around a defender. It's rescued there by Benamarito at center ice. Sent into the corner, and looks like a high stick call. The face-off will come back to the right of the Pope John goalie, Matt Shore. Gordon Cup Championship tonight. Last night, hope you were with us for the Menin Cup Championship at Menin Arena. What a spectacular game that was. Morristown Beard upending Morris Knowles by the score of 4-3. And one of the best high school hockey games, without question, we've ever seen. It was well played, only one penalty in the game. And it was end-to-end action, great goaltending, just superb play by both teams. We expect more of the same here tonight. Delbarton, though, already has a 1-0 lead, but a long way to go. 8:35 remaining in the first period. This one bounces wide of the goal, and Troy Coburn just lets it skip by him, icing the call, and the faceoff will come down in the Pope John end. These two teams with a combined record of 40 wins, 2 losses, and 5 ties. A lot of winning going on this year between the Lions and the Green Wave. Pope John intercepts at center ice. Volobuyev sends it behind the goal. And Bayard Hall goes back to get it for Delbarton. Onto the stick of Danny Colon. He has it knocked away from him. Troy Coburn plays it behind the net. Colon dishes up ahead. Intercepted by Pope John at center ice. They try to send it back in, and they do. Behind the goal, it's Bayard Hall. Hall digs it out. Flips it up ahead to Sifringer, who has the only goal in the game so far. At the blue line, trying to bang at it was Balzarati. And Delbarton does keep possession. Hunter Macy goes back to Bayard Hall. Here's Hall, who delivers a terrific pass up ahead to Malone. He skips through 2 defenders, but Pope John good defensively there, able to take it away. Flipped all the way down the ice by the Lions, and icing will bring the face-off back in the Pope John end. 7:32 remaining in the first, 1-0 Delbarton. Far side played by Alex Blasek. Blasek loses the puck. Here's Malone, circles around, takes the shot, and just goes wide. Malone tried to wrap around, but didn't get a whole lot on the shot. Pope John able to get to the puck behind the goal, send it up along the far side boards, where it's played there by Vlasic. Vlasic sees it bounce back towards his goalie Shore, and he covers up right in front of the crease. Just under 7 minutes remaining. First period, Delbarton with a 1-0 lead. Good crowd here tonight at the Cody Ice Arena. Good contingent of students, student body from both schools. And they're very spirited, as you might imagine. That pass shoveled up ahead by Pat Harrington of Delbarton. Comes back outside, where it's flipped back in by Bayard Hall. Now Pope John finally gets to the puck, but Delbarton able to slap it right back in. Volodyaev goes behind his own net and plays it here for the Lions. But it just slapped right back in by Hunter Macy at the blue line. Now Delbarton changes, and this gives Pope John a chance to get it out of their own zone. They do. Ramarzo brings it up. He flips it up behind the goal, where it's played now by Balzerati of Delbarton. Balzerati skates out, tries to feed Cologne up ahead at center ice. Getting to the loose puck at the center ice line was Delbarton. Now a giveaway. Vanderhoff ridden off the puck nicely there by Bayard Hall. Good defensive play, and it skips up the center ice and poked back in by Pope John. Alex Blasick playing it well there for the Lions, and it goes all the way back into the PJ end, where it's played there by Brandon Ramarzow. Ramarzow brings it back to Vanderhoff. Vanderhoff across the blue line. Vanderhoff gets around a defender, lets it fly. A kick save made by Cobran. At the blue line, Danny Cologne for Delbarton. He pokes it ahead for Siffinger. Here's Cologne. He keeps possession. It's knocked away from him and then played at center ice by Michael Gordon. He flips it into the corner behind the goal, Steven Spetz. Spetz, the sophomore, his older brother, John Spetz, not here today, but Steven Spetz is in the lineup for the Lions. It comes back to center ice, and it goes all the way down. It should be icing, and that is the call. 5:02 remaining in the first period. Delbarton leads it 1-0 on Nick Siffringer's 12th goal of the season. So the face-off to the right of Shore. That shot goes to the side of the net, and Matt Shore able to cover up. Face off to the left of Shore this time. Slap shot is deflected in front. That is Benamarito. Mark Benamarito, a 16-goal scorer this year for the Green Wave. Pope John able to slap it out all the way down the ice, and catching up to it is Nick Hahn, the junior defenseman for the Green Wave. He gives it over to Nessel. Nessel tries to break out, puts it onto the stick of Andrew Boslin. Boslin has it knocked away from him. A nice job there by Eric Vanderhoff. Vanderhoff, a 21-goal scorer with 26 assists, and there's no question Pope John needs him to step up tonight with Spetz not in the lineup. Malone gets to the loose puck, showing that great speed. Malone digs it out. Malone in the corner. Malone still whacking at the puck. He's got it. Here's Malone, circles around, trying to wind up, gets around a defender. Malone still has the puck. Malone sends it behind the goal, comes back outside. Here's a shot by Nessel that's deflected in front, and Vanderhoff is able to flip it up towards center ice for Pope John. Andrew Nessel corrals the puck for Delbarton, slams it off the near side boards, trying to feed it to Benamarito, and Pat Harrington gets to it first. Here's Benamarito. Benamarito circles around, comes back to the blue line. Gordon takes a slap shot for the blue line, and it's deflected in front. And time called with 3:37 remaining in the first, and the score 1-0, Delbarton. Green Wave win the faceoff. Jalen Kaplan to Gordon. Feeds it to Harrington behind the goal. Comes back outside, played there by Harrington, who flips it again behind the goal. Trying to get there is Jack McGuire of Delbarton. Big hit in the corner, delivered by Pope John. Nicely done there by Makita Volobuyev. Volobuyev comes up, takes a wicked shot that goes wide and slams off the glass behind the goal. Now Harrington across center ice. He flips it up in the air all the way down the ice to give Delbarton an opportunity to change. And Pope John tries to get it out of their own end. They bring it up to the blue line, but it's intercepted by Siffringer. Siffringer to Cologne. Cologne trying to get around a defender. And finally getting back there is Ryan Stevens of Pope John. Here's Stevens across the blue line. Stevens sends it over to number 15, Eric Vanderhoff. Vanderhoff loses the puck. Balzerati sends it ahead. Siffringer flying up the right wing. Siffringer in front, the rebound. He laid it in front of the crease, and then Cologne had an opportunity at the rebound. Here's a backhand shot moving in, Balzerati, and Shore able to cover up. 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in the first period. And Delbarton with a 1-0 lead in the Gordon Cup Championship game. Balzerati to take the face-off here for Delbarton. Comes back to Bayard Hall. He stops it at the blue line. Sends it across to Hunter Macy, who goes into the corner with it. James Silva gets there first for Pope John, but Delbarton keeps it alive. Here's Macy. Macy takes it at the blue line. Skates in. Gets a shot off, and it is gloved by Shore. Matt Shore has seen a lot of action here in this first period, but he's been, for the most part, equal to the task. He's given up just one goal. That goal scored by Siffringer within the first 3 minutes of the game. Less than 2 minutes now left in the first period, and it's still 1-0 Delbarton. Comes back outside, played by Macy, and going back to get it, Bayard Hall of the Green Wave. Skates in front of his own goal, gives to Balzerati, who slaps it up ahead. Cologne gives chase there for the Green Wave. And then flying in is Benamarito, but he's unable to get there before Pope John does. Good job there by Berzavera. Berzavera sends it back on the near side boards for the Lions. And then Bayard Hall slaps it in behind the goal. He comes back towards the blue line, and Hunter Macy gets there first for Delbarton, and Pope John comes out of there with it. Here come the Lions. They have a 3-on-2 if they hurry, but Delbarton gets back defensively. Hunter Macy, nice job there. 1:05 remaining in the first period. Still a 1-goal lead for the Green Wave of Delbarton. They're up 1-0. We're less than a minute remaining now in the first period of the Gordon Cup final. Hall goes back to play it in the corner for the Green Wave. Trying to feed Benamarito up ahead. Malone and Benamarito both looking to make a break there for the Green Wave. And now it is onto the stick of Jack Malone, who feeds Benamarito, but offside is the call. Delbarton student body not in total agreement with the call. 37.9 seconds remaining here in this first period. Puck dished up ahead and played there by Jalen Kaplan. He sends it across. 25 seconds left in the period. Pope John slaps it ahead. To the stick of Siffringer it goes. Here's Balzerati. Takes the shot that is well wide of the goal. And then Siffringer tries to dig it out. Another quick shot. Quick turnaround shot that time by Balzerati. And they get another shot off, and it's gloved by Shore with 1.7 seconds remaining. Delbarton's been peppering Matt Shore for sure in this first period. So the face-off to the left of the Pope John goalie, Matt Shore. And the first period comes to an end. It's a first period dominated by Delbarton. The Green Wave strike first on Nick Siffringer's goal. And our score after one in the Gordon Cup Championship. Delbarton 1, Pope John nothing. Second period upcoming here on News 12, Varsity's Game Time.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Welcome back to News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Lou Brogna with you on the call here at the Cody Arena in West Orange. The Gordon Cup Championship game. Delbarton leading Pope John by the score of 1-0 on Nick Siffringer's goal in the first period. The Green Wave outshooting Pope John 12-2 in that first period of play. Delbarton dominating. Green Wave looking for victory number 23 on the year and their 7th Gordon Cup Championship if they should win here tonight. They did claim the title in 2015. Last year losing to CBA in the Gordon Cup final 3-1. So the Colts won the Gordon Cup Championship last year. And here's a shot by Cologne that's deflected in front. Delbarton moving left to right on your screen here in this second period. Pope John able to dump it in. Now behind the goal, Michael Gordon flips it up ahead to Cologne. And then Siffringer trying to get hold of the puck, but Pope John comes up with it. This is Mikita Volubyev who sends it across for the Lions. Intercepted by Delbarton at the blue line and sent behind the goal. Volubyev goes back to get it and takes a check into the boards by Balzerati. Hunter Macy goes back to play it defensively here for the Green Wave and sends it up ahead to Boslin. Andrew Boslin to Benamarito, who takes the shot and then slammed into the boards afterwards, and he gets up slowly but appears to be okay. Wow, Benamarito came flying in, and it sure sounded a lot worse than I guess it actually was, and he seems to be okay as he skates across the blue line and may head over to the Delbarton bench. Benamarito, the senior, 16 goals, 13 assists on the year, one of the top offensive players on this Delbarton team. Delbarton wins the faceoff. Hunter Macy sends it up ahead. And here's Malone. Jack Malone takes the shot that's steered aside by Shore with his stick. And then Benamarito right back out there on the ice, flips it into the corner. Played by Malone. Malone skates around two defenders. Now to Boslin. Boslin looking to circle around, puts the brakes on, changes direction, feeds to Benamarito. Mark Benamarito drops a pass looking for Malone, but it skips by him. Pope John tries to clear. They can't, but now here comes Steven Spetz. Spetz sends it up ahead for the Lions. Tried to feed it there to Vinny McGuire, but it skipped off his stick. Then behind the goal, going to play it is James Silva of the Pope John Lions, and he's able to flip it all the way down the ice. 2 minutes gone by, second period. Delbarton 1, Pope John nothing here in the Gordon Cup Championship. Hunter Macy sends it all the way down the ice, and that gives the Green Wave an opportunity to change. In the corner, Harrington unable to get there for the Green Wave, but Delbarton able to pick it off at center ice and sent ahead by Michael Gordon behind the goal. Silva gives chase there for Pope John. He takes a check into the boards there by number 20, Jack McGuire of Delbarton. A shot whistles wide. That shot was delivered there by number 5, Mikita Volubyev of Pope John. Lions trying to clear it out of their zone, and they send it to center ice. Delbarton goes back to play it. Here comes the Green Wave. Delbarton skating up quickly. It is Jalen Kaplan who takes it across the blue line, and then Harrington goes over to play it. Pat Harrington of the Green Wave. Backpedaling is Michael Gordon. Pope John unable to get possession at center ice. In case you're just joining us, Pope John playing without their best offensive player, John Spetz, a 34-goal scorer who was scratched tonight, not in the lineup for the Lions. Tough blow, especially offensively. In front, here's Sifringer. Sifringer has the only goal of the game so far. Both teams working hard on the near side boards, but not a lot of flow yet in this second period. Danny Cologne intercepts, feeds to Sifringer, trying to get around Volubuyev. Quick shot by Balzarati, goes up off the shoulder of Shore. In the corner, played there by Pope John. Shot comes from the blue line and covered up by Shore. Bayard Hall took that shot. Face-off will come to the right of the Pope John goalkeeper, Matt Shore. 11:05 remaining second period. Benamarito does a good job to put the brakes on behind the goal. Sends it on the near side. Benamarito still working hard. Finally feeds it to his teammate Hunter Macy. Then Andrew Boslin behind the goal to Malone. Malone back out to the blue line. Hall cross to Macy. Macy winds up, deflected in front. Almost guided in by Boslin, who was camped out in front of the crease. Here's Macy. Macy's shot is deflected way up top. Good job there by Connor Daly, the junior for Pope John. Macy keeps it alive. Hall takes the shot from the blue line. The puck loose in front, slapped in. And no call yet from the referee, but it looks like Delbarton's got a goal, and they do. So Delbarton able to slap it in. And Delbarton takes a 2-0 lead. We'll have to get the call on the goal. Not sure who scored that goal. The goal is credited to Andrew Boslin, his 13th goal of the season. The assists, Hunter Macy and Mark Benamarito. Benamarito, his 14th assist. Boslin, the goal, his 13th. A lot of bodies camped out in front for the Green Wave. Delbarton leads it 2-0. 10 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the second period. Puck comes out to Eric Vanderhoff of Pope John, and he goes across to Berzavera. Berzavera trying to split two defenders for the Lions, and it's intercepted by the Green Wave. Here comes Gordon, Michael Gordon, across the blue line. Gordon into the corner. Gordon changes direction, goes across with a pass to Harrington. Now back to the blue line. Across it goes just off the stick of Gordon. He still has it, able to keep it alive. Harrington overskates it momentarily, and Pope John finally able to clear it out of their own zone and send it all the way down the ice. Delbarton with a 2-0 lead, scoring a goal in the first, Nick Sifringer, and then Andrew Boslin with a goal here in the second period, and the Green Wave with a 2-goal advantage. Delbarton, we mentioned last year, lost in this Gordon Cup championship to CBA, but then they reversed that situation in the 2016 state championship game at the Prudential Center, where they beat CBA by the score of 3-1. Delbarton, Gordon Cup champs in 2015. They've won 6. And a great trivia question, they've won more Menin Cups than any team in state history. 18 Menin Cup championships. Sifringer tied up. He takes the shot, and a penalty is upcoming against Pope John. So Delbarton will have a power play as Sifringer came flying in, and he was tied up. So to the box goes Volubuyev, the senior, Makita Volubuyev. And Delbarton goes on the power play. 8 minutes and 38 seconds remaining here in the second period. And a goal here by the Green Wave could put a serious hurting on Pope John's chances. Quick shot, save made, sure, he covers up. Quick wrist shot taken there by Jalen Kaplan. The penalty was a hold called on Volobulyev. He held Sifferger as he went in. Grabbed his stick. Minute 45 left on the power play. And now Delbarton whistled for a penalty. So Jack Malone heads to the box, and that ends the power play opportunity for Delbarton. So the team's at even strength for the next minute 45, and then Pope John will have a 15-second power play. Malone to the box, cross check. Here's Danny Colon, takes a shot that skips up over the glass and out of play. Deflected from the blue line. Pope John trying to figure out where they're going to find some offense. With Spets not in there, Eric Vanderhoff is a 21-goal scorer. Maybe him. Berzavera's got 14 on the year. Ryan Stevens, 12 goals and 14 assists. They might have to be the guys who get things cranked up offensively. Minute 15 left in Pope John's penalty. 55 seconds left in the Delbarton penalty. Here's Benamarito, has an opportunity. Beats two defenders. Takes it behind the goal, changes direction. Benamarito trying to scoop it out of the corner. Pope John, though, gets back defensively. Seven minutes remaining in the second period. Boslin finds Cologne behind the goal. Danny Cologne trying to feed Siffernger. Siffernger gets around to Pope John defenders, circles around, feeds in front to Cologne, skips off his stick. Pope John now has a 15-second power play. 5 seconds left on that power play. And both teams now with 3 seconds. Malone getting ready to come back on the ice. 6:25 remaining second period. Delbarton 2 and Pope John nothing here in the Gordon Cup final. Harrington behind the goal. Power play over. Both teams at even strength. Harrington across to Bayard Hall. Has his shot deflected. Ryan Stevens plays for Pope John. Giveaway, and Hunter Macy unable to get the shot off. Good shot, good job there by Volobulyev of Pope John defensively to deflect it. Up ahead it comes to Chris Swalako, an 11-goal scorer for Pope John, but he can't get a shot off. Delbarton defense just smothering Pope John, unable to get any offense going whatsoever. Center ice. And going back to play it, Hunter Macy. 5.5 remaining in the second. Here's a shot. Volobulyev takes the shot. A rifle shot that went high up off the glass. First real good opportunity in the second period. And up ahead, here comes Malone. Malone on a breakaway. Malone feeds it back. Benamarino takes the shot at shore, makes a spectacular save. And then a quick shot by Malone again. Malone trying to get to the puck. Benamarino flips it back to Malone. Back to Benamarino. Mark Benamarino to Boslin. Here's Malone in the corner. Malone, good job to get away from a defender. Draws two Pope John defenders in the corner. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Remember that save by Shore. If this game stays close, there's another quick shot, another kick save by Shore. He's been sharp here in the last couple of minutes. Benamarino trying to dig it out there for Delbarton. Green Wave still with possession. Benamarino still has it. Comes back to the blue line. Quick shot, deflected in, score! Looks like Andrew Boslin again was able to deflect it in. Delbarton had a lot of bodies in front of the goal, and Boslin slaps it home. Well, officially they say it's Jack Malone who scored the goal, but from our vantage point, sure looked like 17, Andrew Boslin. But we'll give it to Malone. If it's Malone, it's his 18th goal of the year. Most important thing is that Delbarton has a 3-0 lead in the Gordon Cup Championship. Up ahead, Siffringer. Siffringer takes a shot, a kick save by Shore. Well, they give the goal to Malone. There were a lot of bodies in front. Right now, Delbarton is just out skating Pope John here in the second period. The Green Wave they are getting to every loose puck. Another quick shot that whistles wide. 3 minutes remaining in the period. Hunter Macy sends it ahead. Falavine sends it into the corner, and Harrington gives chase for Delbarton. Bayard Hall plays it. Here's Harrington, takes a shot that goes wide. Harrington intercepts, sends it in front, and it's gloved by Shore. Jack McGuire had a shot to get to that loose puck right in front. It's all Delbarton here in the latter stages of this second period. They also owned the first period. They've controlled the game. 2:25 remaining. Hunter Macy, nice pass up ahead to James Falavine. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Gets away and trying to give chase there, Alex Blasick of Pope John, but Hunter Macy too tough on that backline defense. And Macy gets to the loose puck again behind the goal. 1:45 left, second period. Big hit delivered down the ice. Volobuyev behind the goal. Ryan Stevens trying to get a shot off there for Pope John. There comes Delbarton, 2-on-1. Here's Malone, takes the shot too high up over the crossbar. And coming back the other way, unable to get anything on that was Chris Wallacco. And Malone goes back to get it for Delbarton. Here comes Benamarito. Another 2-on-1 for Delbarton. Benamarito sends it in front of Boslin, who took the shot and it skipped up over the crossbar and out of play. Shore might have gotten a piece of it to deflect it. I think he got his stick on it. Delbarton in the last minute and a half had two-on-1 opportunities. 55 seconds remaining, second period. Dished into the corner. Play there by James Silva of Pope John. Now across is Berzavera. Berzavera across the blue line, skating well here for the Lions. He goes across, puts it onto the stick of Silva. Silva takes a shot that goes wide. 25 seconds left here in the period. Again, Delbarton comes flying out of there with it. Siffinger into the corner, keeps possession. Siffinger delivers to Cologne. Cologne loses the puck. Pope John converges on him defensively, but Delbarton able to get to the puck at center ice. Flipped into the corner. 5 seconds remaining now in the second period, and we will go to the third period with Delbarton in complete command here in this Gordon Cup final. Our score after 2 periods of play, Delbarton 3, Pope John nothing. The third period upcoming here in the 2017 Gordon Cup final. In just a moment, right here on News 12, Varsity's Game Time.
The love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Welcome back to News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Lou Brogna with you here at the Cody South Mountain Arena in West Orange, site of the 2017 Gordon Cup Championship. And Delbarton in command as we head to the third period. The Green Wave leading it by the score of 3-0. Pope John trying to get something going here as we head to the third period. Pope John last year in the Gordon Cup semis, got to the state quarterfinals as well in the state tournament. Their deepest penetration in postseason state semis in 2006. And they did win the Horner Cup in 2004 before joining the Gordon Conference. Of course, Delbarton going for their 7th Gordon Cup title. Right now, it would appear they're in pretty good shape to get that, although we got a long way to go just starting the third period. Pope John flips it into the corner. Chris Wallacco. Pope John skating left to right on your screen here in this third period. Delbarton, as we said, trying to win their 7th Gordon Cup and their 25th overall. Of course, they have the all-time record of Menin Cups. They have won 18 Menin Cups. And this would be their 7th Gordon. Barring a Pope John uprising, of course, in this third period. Trying to dig it out, Persevera of Pope John. This comes all the way down the ice. Malone gets it. Malone skates in, fires, kick, save, sure. Nice play by the goalie, Matt Shore, with a nice kick save to rob Jack Malone. .13:03 remaining third period. Face-off comes to the right of the sophomore goalie, Matt Shore. That shot taken from the blue line there by Hunter Macy, deflected. Falavine tries to dig it out in the corner here for the Green Wave. Comes back to Bayard Hall. Harrington gets to the loose puck. Nice job by Pat Harrington. He delivers it back to Macy. McGuire still with possession here for the Green Wave. Now Macy. Slap shot taken from the blue line there by Bayard Hall, and Danny Colon with a one-timer as well, but Pope John able to clear it all the way down the ice, but icing will be the call. And the face-off will come down in the Pope John end with 11:59 remaining in the third, and Delbarton up by the score of 3-0. Green Wave trying to win their 23rd game of the season. If this score holds up, it would just be Pope John's just their second loss of the year. Center ice, Delbarton. Cologne breaks it free. Pope John goes back to play it. James Silva banged behind the goal, where Steven Spetz plays it for the Lions. Intercepted. Jalen Kaplan loses. Pope John trying to clear it out of their own zone, and they flip it onto the stick of Vinny McGuire. Kaplan up ahead to Sifringer. Here's Sifringer, who has a goal in the game. Sifringer makes the turnaround to defenders. Stick save made by Shore. Malone roughed up at the blue line by Chris Swalako. And Malone still able to get to the puck. Circles around. Nice feed over to Bayard Hall, who takes the shot. It's steered aside by Shore. 10:25 left in the third period. Benamarito takes a slap shot, and he goes down hard. Not sure if he got hit in the side of the face. Puck is loose in front. Another tough shot taken there by Hunter Macy, and Pope John slaps it all the way down. And again, you'll have icing. 10:09 remaining in the third. Delbarton up 3-0. Pope John will start the state tournament next week. They'll get a first round bye, and then their first game will be played February 22nd. They'll play the winner of Notre Dame St. Rose in the first round of the state tournament. That shot comes in on Troy Coburn. He makes the play. Of course, Delbarton will have a first round bye as well. In fact, Delbarton is the number 1 seed in the upcoming non-public state tournament. Pope John, the 2nd seed. Don Bosco Prep, number 3. CBA, the 4th seed. And Delbarton's first game will be February 27th in the state tournament. It'll be against either Gloucester Catholic or Bergen Catholic. And that's gloved by Coburn. And of course, Delbarton, for those of you who don't know, has won 11 state championships, including 6 straight between 2008 and 2013. Their first in 1989, their last, of course, last year. They won it all last year, beat CBA at the Prudential Center 3-1. And they will be favored again this year to capture another state championship. And if they play the way they played tonight against Pope John, they will be tough to beat. Very disciplined, well coached, tough defensive, good skating team with terrific goalkeeping and Coburn. Nice pass in front, but it slides off the stick of Danny Colon. Trying to feed it in front. And here comes Delbarton out with it. Siffringer across the blue line. Takes the shot, and it's sticked aside by Shore. 8.5 counting down here in the third. Volyabuyev along the near side boards. Bayard. Hall takes the shot, and it's covered up by Shore. Matt Shore actually has played a very good game in goal for Pope John. He's faced a lot of shots, and he's made some outstanding saves. But Delbarton has just totally put pressure on him the entire game. And in fact, Delbarton has had possession of the puck almost the entire game. Green Wave have constantly gotten to loose pucks. They've constantly had possession time. It's been tough for the Lions. In front, Benamarito able to get a shot off. That's deflected. Now he gets it back, feeds to Macy. Bayard Hall puts it towards the goal, goes behind the goal. Boslin trying to dig it out there for the Green Wave. And Pope John coming back the other way. Volyabuyev sends it ahead to Blasick. Alex Blasick takes the shot that goes wide. 7:25 remaining third period. And Delbarton, the #1 team in our News 12 varsity tri-state poll, showing why they are indeed that #1 team. Pope John coming in at #2. What a move by Malone. Malone still has it, takes the shot, and Shore makes the save off his shoulder. Jack Malone putting on a clinic as he skated in. The only thing he didn't do was finish there with that shot. And the puck comes all the way down, and the official waves off icing. .6:35 left in the third. Harrington feeds Falavine, puts the brakes on. McGuire dishes behind the goal. Comes back outside. Pope John trying to clear it out. But Jalen Kaplan gets there first for Delbarton. Kaplan to Michael Gordon. Banged up ahead. Sifringer trying to get to the loose puck. Almost did. He poked it ahead. Played here by Gordon. He goes cross ice. Here's Sifringer. Takes the shot. It goes up high over the shoulder of Shore. Here's Volodymyr. 5 minutes left in the third period. Delbarton with a 3-goal lead. They're up 3-0. Played by Hunter Macy, who backhands it into the Pope John zone. Up ahead and offside is the call. Ryan Stevens was on a breakaway for Pope John, but the Lions are whistled for offside. Stevens still having some words with the referee. Face off to the left of Matt Shore. Here's Malone. Malone behind the goal. Malone trying to wrap around. He does. Now he squares up, takes the shot, rebound, score. Mark Benamarito slaps it in for the Green Wave. Malone took the initial shot. Shore made the save. Benamarito took the rebound and put it home. His 17th goal of the year, and that should slam the door on Pope John. Delbarton leads it 4-0 with 4:24 left in the third period. And Delbarton students chanting, "We want the cup." I think they're going to get it. Not sure what the delay is. Oh, it looks like a penalty on Pope John. Mikita Volodymyr into the box. It might be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Well, a lot of frustration on Pope John. They came into the number 2 team in the Tri-State. They had lost only one game all season. So it's got to be a very disappointing and frustrating performance for them here in this Gordon Cup final, as Delbarton has controlled this game from the outset. Cleared out by the Lions, played by Troy Coburn. Power play for Delbarton, 1.5 minutes. There's Jalen Kaplan, sets it up. Kaplan at the blue line. Cross ice he goes. Max Williams in the game now. First appearance for the sophomore. Williams has it. Williams surveys the situation. Comes back to Kaplan. Quick shot that just goes wide. That one might have had Shore beat, but it went wide of the goal. 45 seconds left on the power play. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. Delbarton leads it 4-0. Jalen Kaplan and a whistle. And another penalty upcoming. And this will go against Pope John. Brandon Ramarzo goes to the box. So Pope John will be 2 men short here for the next 39 seconds. 5-on-3 skating advantage for Delbarton for 30 seconds here. Hunter Macy. Sifringer. Macy to Sifringer. Trying to feed Cologne. It was camped out at the side of the net. Macy comes back to Bayard Hall. Macy skates in, takes the shot. That's deflected in front. Went off of Balzerati. Sifringer feeds Cologne in front. He can't put it home. Here's Macy. Macy goes across. There's the shot, deflected, and Pope John able to get to the puck. First penalty's over. Still a power play for Delbarton with 1:05 remaining and 2:05 left in the game. Mark Benamarino offside, the calls. He tried to feed Malone.
We have a lost wallet, Zachary Fouet. Your wallet is at the front desk.
2:04 left in the third period. And Delbarton about to win their 7th Gordon Cup. Boslin back outside Michael Gordon. 40 seconds left on the power play. 1:40 left in the game. Here's Malone. In front, deflected by Benamarino, up over the glass and out of play. Quick shot by Malone. Gordon lets one go. Boslin takes a shot, and Malone puts it in. Jack Malone with the goal. And Delbarton leads 5-0. It's a power play goal. With 1:20 left in the game. One minute left in the Gordon Cup final.
Last minute to play in the third period.
A decisive, emphatic victory for Delbarton. They lead it 5-0. They'll win their 23rd game of the season, and they will head into the state tournament, the favorites, and they will be steamrolling their way into the state tournament. Pope John trying to play for pride here, see if they can get on the board. Quick shot, and the save made by Cobrin, and Cobrin does not like Eric Vanderhoff taking a shot at him with his stick. Cobrin gave him a little push afterwards. Frustration, as we said, no doubt on the Pope John side. And understandable. They're down 5-0 in their first ever Gordon Cup appearance, Gordon Cup championship game appearance. Face-off controlled by Delbarton. Green Wave slap it ahead. Final 10 seconds. You're down to 5. 3, 2, 1. Delbarton, 2017 Gordon Cup champions. The Green Wave defeat Delbarton by the score of 5-0. And a little extracurricular activity after the whistle as well. But Delbarton celebrates their championship. For the Green Wave, their 7th Gordon Cup title. They are 23-1-2 now on the season. Pope John drops to 18-2-3. Both teams head to the state tournament. Delbarton celebrates the Gordon Cup title. We'll be back to talk about the Green Wave's Gordon Cup championship win in just a few moments here on News 12, Varsity's Game Time.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Welcome back to News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Lou Brogno standing by with Delbarton's Jack Malone. The Green Wave win their 7th Gordon Cup championship as they defeat Pope John by the score of 5-0. Congratulations, first of all. What does this victory mean to you guys to win this Gordon Cup title?
It's huge. Coming off that loss against CBA last year, we definitely wanted to come back and be able to lift that trophy. It's a huge confidence boost going into states, but we realize that there's just one trophy out of 2 that we have to keep battling and get that next one up in March.
Jack, this was a dominant performance tonight, really in all facets of the game for your team. How do you feel about the way this team is playing now, heading into the state tournament?
Yeah, it's been great. I think we've been playing our best hockey most recently. We've been kind of clicking as a group, and coming into today, we knew that we were going to have to play well against a good Pope John team, and we were able to do all the things we wanted to do. So, going into states after this big win, it's going to be. We feel really good about ourselves, and we just want to keep the momentum going into that.
Delbarton has always been known for their outstanding defense. Tonight, I thought the defense was just stifling. Has that really been the key, really, all season to the success of this team?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the defense starting with our backbone, Troy, net. He's been, he wasn't named MVP of the Gordon Conference for no reason. I mean, he's been phenomenal for us all year, and we have 6 strong defensemen each game that come out here and perform to their best of their abilities, and they've been really key for us going. And they're the most important reason as to why we have the ability to let up so few goals a game. And it just goes to show tonight. Troy was able to get the shutout, and they've been real key for us coming into this.
Well, congratulations on the victory. Congratulations on the Gordon Cup title. Enjoy it, and good luck in the state tournament.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Jack Malone from Delbarton. Green Wave dominant tonight against Pope John. Number 1 ranked team in our tri-state area. Delbarton wins it big by the score of 5-0. And the Green Wave once again on top here in the Gordon Conference. Gordon Cup champs here in 2017. Their 7th Gordon Cup title overall. That'll do it here from the Cody Arena. For everyone here at News 12 Varsity's Game Time, I'm Lou Brogno. Thanks for joining us. Once again, final score, Delbarton 5, Pope John 0. Green Wave 2017 Gordon Cup champs.